Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Overwatch. In today's video, we are going to be trying out some of the more offensive characters. Specifically, I'm wanting to take a look at Mccree and then figure out where else we can fall into to help our team win in today's match. We are defending on Numbani, which means we have to defend a King of the Hill point, and then if the team continues to push, we're going to have to stop a payload as well. Mccree, often considered to be one of the most overpowered characters in the game. He does walk into battle with a nice 6-shooter, a nice revolver. It is deadly accurate at any range, so really the skill cap is going to be you landing this tiny little crosshair exactly where you want it to be in the heat of battle, which I actually struggle with quite a bit. His shift ability allows him to tumble forward, or really any direction, but it's not really a gap closer or anything. What you normally use it for is its ability to reload your gun. If you right-click with Mccree, he is going to fire all of these shots. Then you can do a dash and fire all them damn shots again. His E ability is a stun grenade as well, with a very short radius and distance traveled. Looks like not a lot of people are really up for defending this far up to the point, which they should be. Basically, if you're waiting for the enemy team to come to you while standing on the objective, that just makes it easier for them to kill your entire team and get the objective. So they didn't come out the middle. Did they come out the left? They sure did. Ouch. Okay, already taking some damage. We're gonna fall back to one of the health things behind us here. Not totally veteran with Mccree. Just want to make that very clear as we're going into this game. That's a friendly Symmetra turret there. The enemy team may be trying to move behind us here. We're going to stun this Pharah, pick up a kill, and then dash out of range. Remember, that does reload our gun at the same time. Keep an eye on the point. Just need to make sure that we don't get flanked by someone. I mean, a Tracer could basically zip by whenever she wants to and have her way with that point if we're not careful. I am going to go after this Zarya here. Stun, and we'll just rip her apart. Now, I did overextend a little bit here, so the enemy team will likely be moving in on me. We could do a little bit of damage. Don't even need that health. I'm just going to back out. Try to land some shots on them as I back up. Looks like a Pharah was up top on that walkway, laying down some damage from above. That's exactly where Pharah wants to be, so I'm not that mad. We'll go ahead and pick up a kill with a stun grenade there, and then grab this health. Continuing to try to hold back the enemy team. Looks like they're trying to flank around the left side of the map there. Oh my god, so hard to hit things with this Magnum. I have turned down my aim sensitivity just a little bit, but with the game being so fast-paced, using a gun this slow does feel a little counterintuitive. Up until the point where you start just wailing into people with the right-click ability, of course. We do have my ultimate off of cooldown, but in order to use this, we're going to need good positioning. So I am backing up. I am getting away from the point just for a moment. Try to put some damage out on that Junkrat there. Are they still trying to move through here? Hi, Lucio. Hey, boo. There we go. Picked up a kill there. 100% damage done to Lucio to secure that kill. All right. What do we see? One. Just one. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to kill the Pharah who is ulting with our ultimate. That's a fair trade. I think Tracer's thinking about flanking me. We do have the enemy team's Soldier 76 using his ultimate now, so I'm just going to dip back into cover. That was a stun, baby girl. How'd that feel? And we are going to take down the enemy Tracer as well. As you may be starting to piece together, Mccree is kind of good at every range. He's good in every situation. He can deal with Tracer, which is very rare for an offensive character to be able to deal with her very well. Uh-oh, this is a problem. All right, I'm going to jump on the point. Try to lay down some fire that direction. Probably not going to pick up any kills because I suck. Suck really bad at this game, but I'm trying. Tracer moves in on the point. We are going to be able to do some damage to her. It looks like we were taking some damage from the high ground there too, though, which is concerning. Who is this? Junkrat. Oh, fuck, I walked onto his grenades. I realized it right when I killed him. I was trying to move through him to get to one of the health packs. He didn't even see me, did he? No, I just walked up and murdered him. Killed him dead. We do have a teleporter from our friendly Symmetra, helping us out a lot with an easy way to get back into the battle. Stand still. Oh, you bastard. Oh, this is not good. I am going to be taken down by this Tracer. Basically, if I miss my stun on Tracer, she becomes exponentially harder to deal with. She can return back to her previous location, returning her health as well, because she travels basically back through time. We still have this teleporter for the time being, so I'm going to try to make use of this. Oh, I stunned the wrong guy. It's so hard to deal with Tracer. If you miss the stun, it's so damn hard. The enemy team looks like they're probably going to get this King of the Hill point, as the teleporter has been killed and most of our team has been taken down. That means that this map is going to shift over to a payload style objective. We already have a Torbjorn out on the field. We have a Semester out on the field too. Junkrat is great in this scenario as well, so I'm not really worried about our team comp at this point. I don't see much of a reason to change my class. What I am going to do, however, is try to sneak up on the enemy team. We do have our ultimate off cooldown, and as you can see, we might be able to get a lot of fucking kills here. That should have been 4! No! Oh! Ugh. Okay, let's try to just disengage, keep our heads about us, and of course Tracer on the back line again is going to take me down. She is proving very difficult to deal with. We have a ton of squishies on our team, so I mean picking Tracer at this point is a good idea. It's just very hard to deal with. We may want to think about switching up our classes here. Like I said, I wanted to keep it on the offensive tree in this particular video. But defensive characters would definitely be really useful right now. A couple Torbjorn turrets in the right place could definitely keep this team back for quite some time. Alright, we're just going to throw out some damage here, try to land our shots. A couple nice ones on Zyra there. Oh, taking some damage from the Pharah inside the building. Looks like we were able to pick up a kill on someone. Not quite sure. It wasn't the Zyra. Oh, it wasn't the Zyra. And now we are very low on health, walking in the middle of the road because it was the only way to go. The only place to go. Our team seemed to have a lot of teamwork in the early game, but now that's starting to fall apart a little bit. We do have 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to defend this. The enemy team about halfway through pushing this payload, so this is certainly something we can do. But when a Torbjorn is setting up this far back, essentially we're not going to have much of a... Is that friendly? Or yeah, that's friendly. We're not going to have much of a means of stopping them as they're moving over here. If this turret was in this hallway, for instance, you know, we'd be a little bit more prepared. I'm going to try to make my way up to the top and rain down some damage from above. That payload is moving very quickly. At least 3 members of the enemy team are pushing that. In fact, I think exactly 3 members of the enemy team are pushing that. Oh, fuck. Oh, I stunned him, and that's all I'm going to be able to do. Going to have to hard disengage now. Pick up this stuff. Maybe I could set up for a decent one of these. Come on! Oh, fuck. Got nothing. Walk into my stun, damn it! Come on! Okay, we're gonna switch. Soldier 76 may be a little bit more reliable here. Pharah, also a good choice here because they are gonna be on the low ground, at least for the time. Is our Reaper just standing in a tree? Was he just teleporting around earlier? I believe he was. I believe he was. Alright, our turret finally doing some damage. I'm gonna go up here. Rain down some damage from above against the enemy team. They are all in this tunnel, so if I can get some direct shots in here, we're going to be dealing a lot of damage. Might be a little bit hard to with everyone grouping up. We do manage to do 100% of the damage to, I believe, an enemy team's Pharah. But once again, they're just pushing this point very hard. Tracer coming in from the back here is going to land a sticky grenade on that turret, but it's not enough to kill it. And now I'm shooting some rockets underneath the payload, trying to push back the enemy team. We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds still to hold off this objective. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to do my best. Zyra up on the high ground is going to be pushed back a little bit. Going to be hard for me to land any decent damage on her in this particular location. Looks like the enemy team's Pharah just used her ultimate on the side there. When you hear "Justice reigns from above," that is Pharah laying down as much damage as humanly possible. She is very vulnerable while doing that, though. So one thing we can do is sit on top of this payload, try to get it moving back in the right direction, but of course the enemy team, not a fan of that. They are all over here in this corner. So I'm just going to try to deal as much damage as I can, trying to aim at their feet, of course, because the projectile could very easily move right by them. I just need to get used to leading my shots a little bit more if I want to be a very useful Pharah. The enemy team's Lucio just used the bro shield, and they are once again moving the payload. I'm going to have to come back for a little bit of health. All right, here we go. We can hold this off if we try. We can hold this off if we try. We have a Bastion on our team now who's going to be doing a lot of good. Remember, they do have a pretty good Tracer on their team, though, who's going to be moving in and dealing a lot of damage. The payload is not currently moving, so we can walk up to it and start moving it back if we're fast enough. That Pharah should be pushed back. Whoa, we almost have our ultimate. We did help that Roadhog get a kill there, but just barely. Alright, picking up a kill on the enemy team's Pharah. We're starting to make a little bit of room for ourselves. Another good hook is going to bring Zyra to her doom. I certainly hope so. Her shield actually soaking up a lot of damage there. I can't jump back, but I can kill the enemy team's Tracer, and that's a 5-player kill streak for us as the game is in the last 60 seconds. Uh-oh, we have a Roadhog mine coming from somewhere. I'm going to just try to get back to the base, try to heal. Try not to worry about that. I do think this is something that players don't do enough. If they're out on the battlefield and you don't have a support healing you, they kind of just sit out there and stay on the... Ooh, Pharah coming in with that ultimate again is immediately going to be taken down. I mentioned she's very vulnerable when that's going off. Let's go ahead and use ours. We are taking damage, and we are going to be taken down by the enemy team Soldier 76. I did not see him under me. Before I died, I believe I did take down the enemy team's Tracer. So we are even on numbers right now, and of course I get back to the payload a lot faster than the enemy team's Tracer. We just need to keep this team back. Bastion claiming that he has a 70% charge on his ultimate, and he's trying to keep that alive. Let's move in here, get some damage off on Lucio, maybe knock him off the map. We did just that with our E ability. And now the payload is stuck. The enemy team doing whatever they can to try to move this forward. We pick up another kill. I don't know on who, however. Tracer in the back is going to be very vulnerable. And if they don't get on this payload within the next second or two, we are going to win the game. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A pretty well-fought victory, in my opinion. Pretty well fought. I think we did pretty good on both of our characters. Definitely felt the tide shifting away from Mccree. If I was a little bit better at him, I could have potentially done some more work than I did with Pharah, but I think Pharah was the right choice there at the end because of the elevation advantage we had over that tunnel. That was a sticky bomb in the early game, and then her killing me, of course. That was when I missed my stun very early on. All right, not bad. That was pretty intense. It was a pretty intense match. So those are two of the offensive characters. Those are Mccree and Pharah. Trying to do as much work with them as I could. Someone in the beta is complaining. Can you believe that? This motherfucker got invited into an exclusive beta, and he's like, that was pretty weak, guys. So let's see. These are my stats for Pharah, and these are my stats for Mccree. Not bad. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Leave us a comment down below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe. I'm going to keep cycling through characters. And I'll see you all next time.